It's the day of the show.
Hello everybody, Billy Tucci here, and I want you all to know that Fantastic Comics in Berkeley is the best effing comic shop in the United States of America, maybe the world! Booyah!
Hey, I'm Aaron Lopresti here at San Diego Comic-Con in 2024, and I just want to let you guys all know that Fantastic Comics is the best comic shop in the world.
Hi, it's John Romita Jr. at San Diego Comic-Con. Fantastic Comics in Berkeley is the best shop in the world, hands down.
Dusty, go on over to that piano.
Oh, no.
No.
I haven't played in so long.
I couldn't.
Been a long time.
All right. We're going to do a little number for you, but remember, we're a bit rusty, so bear with us. Just like the old days.
All right.
Maestro?
My little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Dear little buttercup, won't you stay a while? Come with me where moonbeams paint the sky, and you and I might linger in the sweet by and by. Oh, dear little buttercup, with your eyes so blue. Oh, little buttercup, you're a dream come true. You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, I love you.
Everybody!
My little buttercup has the sweetest.
It's my Great.
Dear little buttercup, won't you stay out?
Quiet.
You and I will settle down in a cottage built for two. Dear little buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup, I love you.
Aaron Sparrow here. You may know me as the writer of Darkwing Duck or Death Rage or the upcoming Kneel Before Doomface. And I just want to go ahead and tell you right now that Fantastic Comics is the greatest comic shop to ever exist in the history of this universe or any other universe.
All right, come out or I'll blast you out.
For shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun.
Elephant gun?
That's right, Doc. So why don't you go shoot yourself an elephant? You do, and I'll give you such a pinch!
We're going to start our volleys. We hope you like the show. Now everything is ready. We're raring to go. We'll give you all the latest
Originally settled as Ocean View during the 1850s, the city's population boomed with displaced
But in my own way, I am king. Hail to the king, baby.
Hail to the king, baby. That's right. We're here on a Sunday. To all of you that are out there afterwards watching, what is going on that you would be doing something live on a Sunday? Well, let me tell you. No, at first, for all of you that are new here, let me tell you who I am.
My name is Yule Carter, comic book retailer in Berkeley, California.
That's right. We're open Wednesday through Sunday, Wednesday through Saturday this week, because today we are closed. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, why is Yule closed? And we're going to get to that in just a moment. For those of you that have seen my live show at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays, we do it every Tuesday. Come join us live. It's a fun little chat that we have in the chat. And other stuff going on. This is going to be a very quick rundown of what's been going on in the comic book store, because this show is really for my customers and anybody out there that wants to know what it's like to be a retailer, again, in Berkeley, California. Let me tell you what it's like. Last night, my very, 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 very long customer, Shelly Doty, performed at the Freight and Salvage. And now I'm doing this guitar jag right now, and I know she's been performing all these years, and I've never gone to see her play. And even though I couldn't rustle up anybody to go along with me, I said, you know what? All the internet people and all the books and all my friends that are involved in the guitar stuff say you should go and watch live performances. And she's given so much to me as a patron of the store. Well, we just had to do it ourselves. And I went and saw the show, and that was last night, again, at the Freight and Salvage. It's a coffee house down in Berkeley, downtown Berkeley. And I've worked minutes away from it for my whole life up here in Berkeley. And I've never been in. I went to the Capoeira when that was a thing, but not the Freight and Salvage. And it was awesome seeing people perform. This one dude had this bass that looked like a telescope, and it was pretty cool. There's that dude with the bass. That's not the bass I'm talking about. And there's Shelly with those long ass locks. And yeah, it was a really good show. I was like one of the only, well, firstly, men there. I mean, I don't know. You can't necessarily see people's proclivities, but I think I was one of the only straight dudes there also. But it was a really good show. I could only stay for a little bit. I had some beers in me, and I had to get home because I had an early day at work today. I got my shipment that was supposed to come in on Monday, on Saturday, and I was going to get everything prepared for next Wednesday because this is my last day, and Monday and Tuesday are off with the exception of ordering for the comic book store. So I had to get the dog. I don't have breakfast. I don't have coffee. I'm just going to go right on in with the dog. He's been fed. He's been walked. And now we're in this. Jill's all, well, you're going in early. I'm like, yeah, well, I've got those boxes. Or she's all, you got those boxes. I'm like, exactly. So I'm in this. So I go in. I know I'm going to have to unload everything and unpack it and unpack it in such a way so it can get put out properly, pull the customer holds and everything like that. And then I get to the store, and the store has been like this for 4 weeks now. But most often there's not been construction. But there sure as shit was construction today. Not only that, you see that caution tape barring the only portal on the entire block. Yeah, that's in front of my store. So if there's a fire, I got to contend with the dog and all my shit, and then caution tape. I mean, I'm sure I could break through it pretty easily, but give me a break. They don't know that I have a bad back. I should have fallen. Why am I so stupid? So that's the reason why I'm not at the store today. Maybe we can. That's the same picture. Anyway, the other picture was much better. So I went in and I checked in all the work, but I know that nobody's going to get through. And depending on how, I mean, it's just jackhammering. And even if I let one customer in at a time and they get led through, who's going to actually think we're open with a big old fucking truck right in front of my store and a big old gaping hole? And, I haven't been putting out merchandise on the street like people are accustomed to, the dollar bins, the things that get people in. I haven't had the store open and all the stuff out like I've had normally, is to make it like a homey kind of, hey, come on into my small ass store and shop, because of these guys. And the whole block plus some has been blocked off so that people couldn't park there even when they weren't working. And let me tell you, that's most of the goddamn time. And the signs that they have up there were only to be until the 5th. So they had like 3 weeks to get this done, and they overran the 5th because, that's going to happen. But the key thing was that parking was allowed on the weekends and holidays. And as far as I know, Sunday's a fucking holiday or a weekend. And this is very upsetting. And and the manager came in, the foreman or whatever, and I gave him some words. I made a commitment to myself that like I'm not gonna complain anymore, because you know what you get for complaining? Nothing. In fact, sometimes you get less than nothing. See my UPS rants, which are probably live, not on stream. You have to get that one in the store. Nonetheless, I don't usually complain, but goddamn, after 4 weeks, and they're going to go on at least another 5th week. And he's all, well, if you're not, I'm telling this guy, that you're not supposed to be here. And you know how I know? Because I look at this that's been scraped off, or they scraped off weekends, right? Like today, before I got in, which was earlier than way normal. They scraped off Saturday or weekends, right? So, no, weekends don't count anymore, because it says if altered, it doesn't count. But the thing is that yesterday, before they marked it off, somebody's parking on the street. And you know who it is? My goddamn neighbor, who puts a covering on his car and hasn't been there the whole week, any weekday until after 5. And then totally out before they were supposed, before they come in and supposed to work, right? And this foreman's like complaining that this guy's been parked there. I'm here every fucking day. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You know why I know? Because you ain't here any of those days. Your people working aren't here any of those days. The last day they worked was on a Wednesday, my most important day of the week. My second most important day is Saturday. And then third is Sunday, so I can get all that shit ready to go for the next week. Those are my 3 most important days. And I mean, even if I kept it closed and I was doing all the grunt work, I mean, that floor is shaking. I have the dog. I'm going nuts just thinking about it. And it isn't like I'm not getting less angry as it's going on, So that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm streaming, and I should get off real soon, because I know Eric O'Sullivan is going to be streaming in just a few moments. But before we do that, let's do like we do every week, and talk something that we talk about in the comic book store. That's right. The connection of wrestling and comic books is deep. Wrestling and everything is super deep. I mean, you go all the way to politics. I mean, Abe Lincoln was like the first NWA champion. Go look that one up. And then the comic books, you know, you got Love and Rockets, you got Adam Polina, you got this guy named Daniel Warren Johnson who could do no wrong, including do a power bomb. You know, that Fantastic Comics, just not today. We are going to talk about AEW. They have so WWE got their contracts lined up. CW is going to be getting their NXT, so a live show or a show is going to be on television. And USA is getting SmackDown, and Netflix is getting Raw, which is going to run for a while 2-hour commercial-free programs. I figure they don't have that commercial thing all set up quite yet with Netflix, which is going to be crazy. There's going to be a show on Netflix that will have commercials, if only just WWE ones. So that's a thing, and I think it's going to be a big thing. So AEW has no contract with TBS, TNT, Warner Brothers, and they're cutting a lot of costs. They got rid of the NBA. A lot of people are upset about that, especially like the NBA and TNT. And, you know, a lot of people thought, well, that's going to free up money for AEW to get money to get the show. And Tony Khan can pay to have a show on. It's not really a problem. But if he's trying to do it so that this company actually makes some money, people are paying attention to ratings and how well the shows are doing, how much the sellouts of shows are doing on, you know, pay-per-views and things like that. You know, public, you know, interest in the public for his product. And it seems like it's not really getting out to a whole lot of people. Now, there are people who think that maybe like Fox might get in on this, or maybe TBS will get it, but TNT won't, and all the other stuff. But it does look like there's a pivot for scripted programming and not live action or reality-based stuff on the Warner Brothers networks. So I'm not quite sure what that means for AEW going forward, but we have talked about a little bit in the store, and that is let me know what you think in comments. That's wrestling. All right. We're going to talk about a couple of comic books that are coming out next week. I got them in my hand right here. But first, I have to say to each and every one of you out there,
Hello. 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 Oh. Go. Look out. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and we're going to go to chat right now. Whoa, there's a bunch of people chatting. Let's see what you have to say. Elithador says, what? Danny. Oh, I know that's me. And Sabanera, greetings, fellow mutants. What's going on here? You know. Lane Kramer. Hey, Lane. Sunday without Yule, or with Yule. Who would have thunk it? That's right. The greatest comic shop? Well, there's at least 4 people that have said that. You know, I actually have a Gabe El Tayeb one also. So if anybody wants to know about that, maybe I'll play that one too. Yes, the comics aficionados. That's right. Yes, I do have a beard going. I need to get a new razor. Battle Buddy's driving home sad without comics. He meant after his work shift, not after my work shift. Yes, I will get off in just a moment. Erica Sullivan, unless you want to come on over here and plug your show, you know what? I can leave the link in the comments. Let me just do that really quick. Come on in so I can invite you, Eric. This will be a great little, really quick collab. And then it's only for Eric, although I'll bring anybody on. You know what? I need to get a video up if I'm going to invite people in. Hold on one second. Let's see. YouTube. Is it here? Yeah, it is. Excellent. Somebody come on in. This will be hilarious. All right, going back to comments. I'm going live in 6 minutes. All right, stick around. Just keep them waiting a few seconds, Eric. Just keep them. What Battle Buddy wants to know, what would Rory Root do? Well, he wanted to come in on the first place, and he definitely wanted to come in early, okay? Let's see here. Yes, I am the #1 comic shop. Lane Kramer's right. And yeah. Anyway, when come say hi, come say hi. But especially Eric. Tell Eric to come over here and plug his show. Even though I just did. Oh, who is this? Firstly, hold on a second. This is great because not everybody wants to do this kind of thing. Call through the public, call. But we know Lane will. Hi, Lane. I can't hear you. Is there a reason
You
for
able
that?
to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, then my thing is screwing up. I've been on here before, though.
You have pull your camera down. I want to see. I want to see your broad chesticles.
No. I'm wearing just a little undershirt right at the moment because you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm at home relaxing today, but
Would you like to see some comics that are coming out next week?
Yes, let's see that.
Okay. First up, we have part 2 of 3, Guilt Frame by Matt Kent and his mother, Margie Kent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the basic story of that?
It's like a nephew aunt mystery solving team.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, if you like,
sorry about my lip
what-
here too.
what happened?
I got 4 cold sores in 1 week.
Really? Who you been kissing?
No,
It's one of those
Yeah, no.
statues you got. They're so lifelike.
Yeah.
They come with a syphilis or something.
Yeah. Hey guys, Euless as usual, great self to talk to. But sorry. Anyway, as you were saying for next week.
Paranoid Gardens #3 by Gerard Way and some other band dude, and Chris Weston, who's done a lot of stuff, sometimes inking and also art, usually on Warren Ellis type books. Really, really good. Dark Horse.
Wow.
Nick Klein is back on Hulk #17.
Ooh, I
So
still have to
anybody.
see 16.
Ooh, I like Danny Earls, and I know some people don't. And it's a little bit of a departure for the series. You're kind of seeing a past Hulk, but it's such a cool story. I like it a lot.
Yeah, no, I like part 1. It's just it got delayed for my LCS because it didn't arrive, and then I had 7 books this past week, and I didn't want to spend $35.
Oh yeah, I understand. Avengers #18. Hyperion's back. So are the X-Men.
Ooh, so this is supposed to be picking up from where you left off years ago from Heroes Reborn, from what I understand.
Well, he's always a little nutty anyway, so he can be a major villain, superhero villain. And then lastly, I have X Factor #2 by Mark Russell and it's that Bob Quinn dude.
That
Pardon me?
first issue was awful. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
awesome. Awesome.
I'm more in the
Awesome.
West camp. I will take your word for it, but I had to watch one of my favorite C-list X-Men apparently seem to bite the bullet in the first issue.
Well, you know what? It's your problem. You have favorite C-list characters, and I understand. At least you're ranking them where they belong. Although it's probably
I'm not. Yeah.
Did you cry when Ed Brubaker killed off Nomad, or did you just think it was the greatest thing ever?
I just had forgotten who Nomad was. Because weren't there a couple different Nomads too? Oh, Ultimate X-Men.
Ultimate X-Men #7. I told everybody it was going to be like
He
a
looks
manga.
like literally a Bleach character on the front there. Like,
Dude, you know what I was thinking as I don't know why I couldn't figure it out beforehand, but Peach Momoko not only has a manga, well, I'm going to get to the dude part, not only has a manga aspect, but what I also see is a lot of Brian Lee O'Malley from Scott Pilgrim, dude. You know that type of thing.
You know.
So I still am liking this, but again, if you don't expect it to read like a manga, like in chapters, then I think you're fooling yourself.
Yeah.
And then lastly, this is not coming out next week, but my customer Emil gave me this Mystery Men preview book from San Diego 95.
Oh, from '95. Geez, yeah, the
Oh
mystery.
yeah,
Man.
this is
That was a while ago.
Bob Burden only writes it, but Steve Sadowski does the art. And it's just a neat little ash can that they only made like a few hundred of, or maybe like 500, I
Dude,
think.
that's neat. I like
Yeah.
that. That's
I like Bob Burden, Captain Carrot, that type of stuff. Lane, what statue do you have coming in? What's the one you're waiting for the most? I don't care about all the others, just the one. Which one you
I'm
have on
waiting
order
for the
that you're like,
most
gotta have?
is Sinestro from Prime 1/3 scale. But I ordered him a while ago, and some people have had him, but I don't know whenever the heck I'm going to get him.
Now, Sinestro is going to be in yellow?
Yellow Lantern. Yeah,
Yellow Lantern.
Not goofy,
Classic
multi-spectrum, whatever the heck he was last when he was in Scott Snyder's Justice League. But it's classic Yellow Lantern Sinestro.
All right. If I can ask, and you don't, or you know what? Let me ask you, what is MSRP on this statue?
$14.99.
You can get some
before
crazy
shipping. $1,499 before shipping.
You're telling me that's a $1,500 statue you're getting?
Yeah. That's not even of the ones that I'm getting right now. That's actually not the most expensive one that I have on pre-order. I actually need to do a monthly payment on it.
Lane, your room is so empty. Where are these statues going?
They're out in the main part of my apartment. But
do you have like a shelf? You should do a shelf porn video. Do you have something like that?
No, I don't have that many statues. I used to have a ton more, but I've purged them a few times over the last 25 years.
In a fit of rage?
No, just moving. I actually threw out when I had to move. I once like this is a long time ago now. This was like 2004 or 5. I had when I was living in a little efficiency apartment in Washington D.C. I was gonna move there. I had 40 combined Bowen minibus and statues. I threw out 35 of them. Like literally just threw in the garbage. 35 of them.
I hope one wasn't that Thor.
Nope. I gave away. I had the Black Widow, like it was like the full statue, like 12-inch or 15-inch one or something. I gave that away. I had a signed by back in 2004, signed by the actor who played Punisher, Thomas Jane. I'd been at a comic shop I went to, which I had to go over several of the underground stops to get to, but it had been where he had gone when he was a kid. I had the mini Frank Punisher statue by Bowen. He signed the bottom of it. I ended up sending that to Randy Bowen for his own collection. Not paid anything for it. I just sent it to him.
All right, let me do this really quick. I'm showing you my favorite channels. One of them is definitely Eric O'Sullivan.
Oh yeah,
there it is, right there at the end. Eric O'Sullivan. It's not at the end; it's somewhere in the middle of the end.
You should just go over there after this. I'm sure you'd have.
You should. We're gonna leave in just a few moments. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So once again, for all my customers, I'm not at the store, and we're not going to be open today. Come by
that
Wednesday.
Is ridiculous, by the way, too. I saw your pictures there. I know you don't rant for. Just to tell you guys, Yule and I usually we will sometimes speak at least usually once a week, once every 2 weeks. When stuff Yule always has goofiness going on around his store in that location over there because it's pretty decent traffic size. But this is one of the few times I can say where I've just legitimately heard him just rant about something that was going on. He's usually fairly reserved. Not going to say fully reserved, but fairly reserved on this kind of stuff.
I was thinking that, well, I'm better like when I have more people that I'm talking to and I know I can do it. Like if Doc was here right now, and we were talking like about X-Men and he said something that I just find ridiculous. I know I could ask him about it, go off on a rant about it, and then he could do the same to me and it would be a fun little thing. But usually by myself, and not only that, I mean, I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this show, I'm going to do this live stream, and then I'm going to forget everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but it came back so easily.
What am I supposed to say in response? Well, bro, they got to work when they're supposed to work there, and that space is just temporarily. You have to exercise from your mind that it doesn't actually exist. Like, what am I supposed to say to not sound like a crazy person in relation to that, where you can have any kind of conversation other than, well, nope, that's stupid, and you're right.
Yeah. So you know what? This is also an apology to anybody that had to sit through my other show that got the minute break.
Well,
Also,
hey,
they took it down for a while.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah,
Well,
because of that.
I
thing.
want you to think about something between now and your show on Tuesday. This is going to
All
be
right.
my thing.
I'm gonna write this down.
What do you think about them doing that new Rogue Savage Land miniseries that they announced for January, which is supposed
Oh
to be
yeah,
one of
that's
those
awesome.
retro ones? Yeah.
Who's gonna do the art?
I don't know. It's an Italian artist. I forget his name. I was just looking at
As
it.
long as it looks good, I don't think it'll really matter. Who's doing the writing?
Tim Seeley.
Tim Seeley. All right.
So
We used to
automatically
say,
C-list right there. I know. I was waiting for that response.
He knows too. He calls himself Hacking Tim Seeley, and I don't disagree with that comment.
Well, my problem is they've said a central part of it is going to be Magneto's and Rogue's romancy thing. Hey, we're bringing it back again. The one thing that has made me not watch X-Men 97, despite having had Disney Plus, I hate that relationship. And it's not because of Gambit, because Gambit I don't even know existed or even knew Rogue by this time frame or so.
No, he
by
did.
The
I
time
think
those issues happened. By the time
but
those
the,
issues
but
actually showed
that
up,
was
in
younger
1994,
Magneto by that time.
I don't care,
right?
man. I'm sorry, but that's and maybe it's because I have X-Men 97 because that's comes off as groomer Magneto, not like that necessarily
Listen
because
to
Rogue is
you.
in her 20s. But I hate that relationship. I just absolutely, it's one that just I'm not very find much stuff creepy, but I find that creepy.
I would say
Anyway,
yes.
This isn't a rant for you to carry on right now.
Okay, well, you know, maybe
issue.
maybe I'll try and figure out how I can get Doc on the show and we'll talk about this.
But
because
what
he
I
could
was
go
going
on
to say is
forever.
what I was meaning more for you. What I was meaning for this being another one. I meant it more in a retailer sense and you as a reader for a long, long time reader.
Mhm.
How are you? With this being the latest example, how have you felt? And do you expect the trend to continue, or would you rather kind of go away? The retro miniseries that doesn't actually, the retro miniseries, like we had the Madripoor Nights, or even what, and this is just even if they're good, but I'm just saying this trend that Marvel's and more Marvel than DC, but with even like Maestro World War M, that was really good and sold pretty well. These kind of miniseries, I'm interested for you because Marvel is the leader. How are you feeling about it? Is this muddying the waters too much up for your average reader? Like some of these can be good, some of them are going to stupid. I mean, I know I'm sounding like, oh my god, the Magneto thing with this Rogue Savage. Like, it's a miniseries by July of next year isn't going to even matter anymore or anything. That kind of thing. I'm not dumb enough to not realize that, but
I'll say really quickly, for the people that feel that they are left behind, I think these type of stories are okay. At least keeps them around. I always kind of poop. John Byrne did that X-Men Hidden Years, if you recall, which were
that was back in the 90s,
the reprint issues of X-Men. He kind of filled them in.
Yeah.
So, and then he also does
they were pretty good.
Yeah, but I was tired with. I mean, John Byrne at that time was like Brian Michael Bendis is now for me. Now I'm back on the John Byrne train because there is no more John Byrne. You know what I mean? Like I'll even read his shitty stuff now.
Like wrestling the Jim Cornette. It's like, let me forget you for a while, and then I miss you, and now I want you to come back, kind of thing.
That's why I don't do too many live streams.
Well, you are always a national jewel, sir.
It at least rhymes. Let's go to chat really quick. Next week there will you didn't have to leave. Maybe you got next week will be much better week for new comics. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. Let me tell you, get Lane back on. Next week will be it is going to be a lot. There's Destro coming out. There's G.I. Joe Real American Hero. There's the trade paperback of G.I. Joe Real American Hero. I'm just shit ton of stuff coming out. I finally got my red coat in. There's going to be Geiger coming in. Maybe that was this week. Glad there are comic shops like FC. That's right, me. Be well. Still pissed and driving home after my work shift without comics. Aww. Didn't Seeley come out and say the Rogue Mini won't focus on her relationship with Magneto? Hey, as long as she's wearing that bikini and she looks good in the comic book. I already saw the Kari Andrews cover.
As long as it doesn't look like the artwork we got half of Gotham City Sirens, we'll be okay.
Hey, it's all about that cover. GM March. That's the guy, GM March.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Lane, thanks for joining me.
Yep.
Go say hi to Eric and let him know that I'm getting off as soon as I play this music. See everybody on Tuesday. Tell a friend. And like I said, see you next Tuesday.
And remember, if you need any good comics, anything, Fantastic Comics, your place, whether you're in state or outside, hit contact Yul by any of the contacts in his videos below or live streams. He's an awesome place to get comics from.
Lane.
Have a good day.
And your books come out real soon.
Yeah, I know.
Bye.
Lucy and Ramona cruising through the jungles of L.A. Hoping to promote a dream somewhere along the way. They're rolling through the streets, looking for a disco, passing up the treats from a kid named Cisco, trying to make connections with their blemish-free complexions, and just as fate would have it, ended up with Sunset Sam. Sam was selling watches from a suitcase on a TV tray. And Lucy and Ramona kept trying to figure out if he was gay. The three of them were standing, staring at each other, when the light behind their eyes blew each other's cover. The ancient code was branded, and each of them was handed a ticket to their kingdom, 'cause they saw their brother Sunset Sam. Sunset Sam. Lucy was from Compton, and she met Ramona at the zoo. Ramona was from Brooklyn, but she left when she was 22. Sam was a native of the Arizona desert, but he split when he was slated for some governmental make-work. Their differences subsided when the common bond was sighted. They were all from the same place that made the famous Sunset Sam.